Welcome to the Focus University course on attendance for K-12 administrators. Lesson 14, Print Absence Summary. The Print Absence Summary feature allows administrators and/or attendance office staff to print the attendance data of a student and distribute it as a report via email or print it as a letter with or without a letterhead. The absence summary can be generated for one or multiple students at a time and is located on the attendance menu. Select Attendance, Print Absence Summary. On the search screen, you have the option to enter an individual student's name or ID number, copy and paste multiple student ID numbers, or manually enter multiple student ID numbers separated by a space or comma, or use more search options to locate a more specific group of students. If your school is using student groups and you have a group that has been assigned to you, you may opt to use that group. Notice you have the ability to include inactive students. Once you've entered your student information to determine who you want to pull this report for, you then have the option to select a letterhead template. Whatever letterheads the district has approved and allowed your profile to view, you would have access to in this dropdown. Note by default that the checkbox for Include Summary and Totals is already checked. What this will do is include the attendance codes, legend, and the total periods that the student received each code, in addition to a breakdown of the total absences and tardies by excused or unexcused. So once you've made your selections, click Continue, and this provides the option to preview, print, or email the absence summary. Note at the top you have the option also to select your time frame. It will default from the first day of school to the current date that the report is being viewed. If you wish to do this for a specific term during the marking period or during the school year, you can use your date fields or the calendar icons to change those dates. Changing the dates, the system will automatically update the report when it goes to look for the attendance data. Next, you will decide, will you print the absence summary or email the absence summary? In this video, we will show both options. First, we will show all your options for printing an absence summary for each individual student. Notice that these are radio buttons and you only have the option to select one report option. So if printing, the first thing you want to do is check the radio box or the checkbox for each student in the list. And please note that if any student in the list has protected student status and you do not have the profile permission to view protected students, you will see their name in the list, but you will not see a checkbox in front of their name. For more information on protected students, please view the Focus University course on Profiles and Permissions or the Focus University course on Protected and Hidden Students. So once you've determined the students in the list to select, here you have the option to preview or print. Now we will check print because number one, we selected a letterhead and we want to ensure that the correct letterhead was selected. We also want to see what the report looks like with the summary and totals included. So here is the letterhead. Here are the attendance, legend, codes, and total full days possible attended and absent. Here is the actual attendance summary with each day that the student received any attendance code other than P in any class. You will also note the summary at the bottom of the absences and tardies by excused and unexcused. So if you do not wish to see these totals at the bottom or the legend at the top, and/or you might want to change your letterhead, click Return to Focus, and this will bring you back to your student list again. And here, because we do not want to include the absence summary, we're going to click on the search screen where it says Search Screen. You would also do this if you selected the wrong template. It will bring you back to the Print Absence Summary search screen. And similar to an advanced report, when we're modifying something, we have to re-enter the search criteria. And this time we're going to uncheck Include Summary and Totals. Everything else we will leave the same. Then we click Continue. We're going to leave the date range the same, print absence summary for each student. Select the student, and this time let's preview what it looks like without the legend and the summary totals. So here is our letterhead. And note now it only shows the date range for the report and the date the student enrolled in school, along with each day that the student received any attendance code other than P in at least one class period. If this is satisfactory, click Return to Focus, and then you would be able to click Print. On the print screen, here is where your print options are. You can download the report to print at a later time, or you can send it directly to the printer. Please note that from this report option, you do not have the ability to log this letter to the student's letter logging tab. So that's the part on printing. Let's return to focus and see what our options look like if we were to email. So everything's the same, but let's go back to the search screen because, again, even if you're going to email, you still have the option to choose a letterhead, include or not include the summary and totals. We're going to opt not to include the summary and totals, re-enter our student search data, and click Continue. So on this screen, we're going to choose to email to each custodial contact. Please note, if you are practicing this on your computer while viewing this video, and whether you are on your practice site or if you are on your live production site, emailing in Focus is live real time. So for training purposes, please do not click Send Emails. Note though that if you are going to email anything out of the system, the email either for the student or for the custodial contacts must be in focus and must be accurate. Note you also have the option to edit your subject line. It just names the name of the report and the date the report is being generated. You can enter additional emails, and if you're going to enter additional emails, you need to separate them by commas. And then not a comma, a semicolon. You also have the option to attach files to this, and when you click, you'll have the option to choose a file from your computer. If you choose not to choose a file or you selected the wrong file, you can remove it. You have the ability to add up to 5 files or attachments to this email. Select your student, and let's click Preview. Remember, we will not click Send Emails. So here's what the email would look like. It will tell who it is from, who it is to, what is the subject line. You'll see your letterhead if you chose a letterhead template. And because we chose not to include the legend and the summary totals, it is just the days that the student received those attendance codes that were not a present code in any one class period. Click Return to Focus. And if you are not printing or emailing any other reports from this screen for other students, you are finished. This completes the lesson on Print Absence Summary.